Oh, hi everyone, and welcome to the Scratticus Academy. We are back with some HoroScoops today, which I'm so excited about. So I'm going to run through a few things real quick, and then I'll hand over to the very lovely Hans. So first of all, please check out our Discord. There is a channel specifically for our lovely HoroScoopers. I love that I can say that, where we go and yell into the void about what the hell is going on. So please go and check that out. Please check out the tweet. If you retweet, it really gives us a boost, so thank you so much. And if you've missed any of the episodes, you can find the HoroScoops playlist on YouTube, or you go back and rewatch them like I do, because I'm obsessed with this game, which I think most of the cast is. Also, a huge thank you to our wonderful sponsors, the Deck of Many, who do some really awesome spell cards, animated spell cards. I love them so much. And also the wonderful Mage Hand Press, whose Dark Matter content you can see streamed tomorrow in our Argo 37 game. Otherwise, I'll hand over to Hans. Oh, hi.
Oh, hi. We are back with more HoroScoops, and I'm excited. It's going to be a good time. By the way, Alice has a Patreon. Make sure you go check that out so you can see all of her excellent photography. No, that's my job. I'm the one who's supposed to announce your Patreon and how everybody's supposed to be checking it out. That's something I've taken upon myself.
I need to remember that. Like, it's really bad. I keep forgetting.
Well, Mel did point out that I'm no longer very lovely. I'm just lovely today. But you know what? I had one of those days.
I meant very lovely.
No, it's okay. I mean, I'm feeling it too. But to be fair, I have this shirt, which is definitely like a +1 to lovely. It's my Hearts and Lightning shirt to go with the game Heart and Lightning, which I got from the wonderful Malaysian game designer Ben. And I'm going to run a stream of this soon because it kicks butt. I just want to bring it on stream because I'm happy with it and I'm wearing the shirt and because nobody stops me. So I appreciate that. We're going to go around in a circle and talk to everybody, and then we're going to get down to some gaming. By the way, hi, Mac. So Sarah, how are you?
I am good. So happy to be here as always. You can find me at Sarah L. Kinney on pretty much all the parts of the internet where one should be found, predominantly Twitter. That's where I'll post other things I do, mostly tabletop related and some art here and there. I play Cameron Sheehan in this game. She is a metal-loving, flannel-wearing, steel-toed boot-having woman in her mid-20s or so who has recently discovered things like werewolves, witches, and all other things like that you were pretty sure don't exist. And to top it all off, she's got magic too. So excited to jump back into the game.
Yes. All right. And going around like this, Allison can't be here today. She's feeling really sick. What she would appreciate is if you were to tweet at her a classic Lego set or a classic, like, underrated sci-fi movie. These are things that she would really like. If you get a chance to do that to her, you don't have to tell her I gave you the idea. You should just do that on your own and tell her to feel better soon.
And you should totally tell her that Hans gave her the idea.
See, I'm like, don't say anything. Just send her anonymous Lego pictures.
Yeah, just anonymous Lego pictures are good. You have to follow one of these two pieces of advice. This is like the two heads on the door where one lies and one tells the truth. You have to make that decision for yourself. And I know which one Sammy's going with, so we're not going to go to Sammy just yet. We're going to let Alice do her part yet. So, hey, Alice.
Oh, hi, I'm Alice. I'm also White Rabbit Pick on Twitter. And as before, I have a Patreon, which you could go and check out. I'm a DM for the channel as well as a player. And I'm the headmistress of this channel. And I play Darcia Moretti, or Darcy, as everyone else knows her. And she is a nervous being. She's very happy to have friends. But last week, I think she gained a bit of confidence after telling her brother where to go, effectively, at the end. And she's currently wearing, I think, Cameron's boots, which are like 3 or 4 sizes too big for her because she had to, it hurts me to say it, bin her Birkenstocks. So yeah, I'm pretty sad about that.
Yeah, but I guess you guys decided it had to be done. So we'll move on around the circle to talk to our favorite conspiracy theorist, Sammy. Hey, Sammy, how are you?
Hi, I'm Sammy. Smaller Sam. I play Lewis. That's all.
It is concise. Thank you for your brevity. That's perfect. That gives us more time to talk about Mal. Hey, Mal, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm terrible at talking about myself. I'll just end up rambling forever if I'm not careful. Yeah, I play Sullivan O'Callahan. You can find me on Twitter at Malhadale. I don't know. Things are all a jumble. He's awesome, but kind of sad now. So we reached Sad Boy Sullivan like we knew was coming all along, Hans and I.
It's true. How's the handsome boy to your right there doing?
He's doing good, but I can't see Roll20, so he'll probably move.
Okay, but he is there, and that guy has a name too, and he will be introduced at some point in the stream, like now.
Yeah, sure. That's Pockets. That's Sullivan's ferret.
That's all I'm looking for. It's perfect. Okay, so I am going to use Mal's summary here to kind of like summarize, because I think it would be more brief than me trying to remember all the things that happened. I am scrolling any day now. There we go. Okay, so last time, the entire group was surrounded by fog, where they got lost inside of a spell. Then some things happened that Lewis doesn't know about, so we're not going to talk about them, and now we're in a new episode. I really did scroll up, and I was like, you know what? No, we're not going to do it that way. That's no fun. That would ruin all of Sammy's fun, but we don't want that. So if you saw last episode, privately scream to yourself about all the things that happened, and if you didn't, you're in the same spot that Sammy is. So that's good. Hey, Sammy.
Hi.
It's time for us to talk about Lewis. Now, I do want to make sure the audience, before we get into this Lewis scene, because I am very bad at remembering how I organize things, we have a horror threshold. It is now set at 2. It could go up if people wanted to say contribute or if people roll poorly. But if you want to make a donation towards the channel, you can see that horror threshold number go higher, in which case, every time that we roll that number or lower on a d20, things become more horrifying and we get more backstory stuff in most cases. So if you are interested in that part of the stream, please feel free to donate. There is hypothetically the ability for you to lower that number by donating. That has never been done. So I don't really feel like we should emphasize that. And I also owe all of y'all a horoscope. So let's talk about Sagittarius. Sagittarius, you may have been recently hurt, betrayed, rejected, or discouraged, but this isn't always something negative. These actions towards you are fuel to the fire so that you can burn brighter. They are meant to cause you to think and work on yourself. Remember that these feelings are normal, and sometimes we must experience them so that we can appreciate times when we are full of joy and happiness. Something to think about if you happen to be a Sagittarius. So, with that, Lewis, you
That's
find
me.
yourself, you were in the forest. You find yourself surrounded on all sides by a thick bank of fog, for lack of a better word. The wind has blown so strongly in your face that all these pieces of leaf and branch and the redwood litter has all kind of like blown up and around you in kind of like a cyclone. And now you are stranded. The air is thick, it's a palpable fog, and you can no longer feel the crunch of the loam and the leaf litter below your feet. Instead, you find yourself alone.
Oh, I don't like this.
Are you sure?
Slightly.
Okay. So there's no source of light, but it's not dark either. So you are yourself just walking alone in a space.
Okay. Does it feel like a space I've been in before? i.e. the dreamscape?
I kind of felt like that's where we were going. It doesn't feel like the dreamscape. Specifically, the reason it doesn't feel like that, you are still very aware of your physicality, your breathing, you're sweating a little bit. So you're still clearly physical, corporeal. Those things don't seem to match up with what you've seen before. There's no sense of zipping or changing of space. You're just lost.
Cool. I don't tend to get lost. I've been here before. Never got lost.
That's the worst part. Well, here's a question for you. There's no smells of the forest. There's nothing to physically use as a landmark. And you can't see the ground nor feel the ground below your feet. So are you still in the forest?
I mean, that's like if a tree falls in the forest, does it make a sound? Nobody knows. Oh wait, I didn't say that correctly at all. We all know.
It doesn't
what I
matter.
meant.
It's okay. We get you. Yeah. So that's where you're at now.
Okay. Can I take a step forward?
Of course.
Do I like step, or like is there ground beneath me? Am I?
You step, you're standing on a surface. It doesn't ring out, it doesn't crunch, it doesn't move underneath your feet. But simultaneously stepping forward doesn't seem to have changed your landscape at all. You don't have any sort of landmarks you can orient against, and you don't have a sense of moving forward into something more purposefully. The fog doesn't part to reveal something new.
Okay. And I can't see very far, correct?
Right. Have you ever had like a really, really foggy day?
Yeah, that's kind of what I figured it was, is like you can maybe see like this much in front of you, this much in front of you, and that's kind of, yeah, you can't see where you're standing or anything.
Yeah, that seems to be what you have right now.
Okay. I'm going to try something. I'm going to purposefully, do I still have my fanny pack on?
You do.
Okay, I'm going to take it off. And so
Sure.
have my hands light up. Does that help at all in seeing any farther?
That's a really good question. Would you like to make a roll at this point?
I don't know if I want to make a roll, Hans.
That's fair. Okay, so here's what I'm offering Lewis. This is a magic versus magic type thing. If your magic is more magical than what you're going through right here, you could probably dissipate this fog.
I'll do it. I don't know what do I roll for that?
Right now, you're going to use intellect against a difficulty of 5.
Oh, I can use your. This.
Well, I was going to say you can use your defense against mental effects skill that you have.
Oh, I do have that. Okay.
That was a good pull, by the way.
Wait, what?
I just think that was a good choice. By the way, if you need it at some point, you do have an auto success.
I know, I saw that and I was wondering if I wanted to use it or not. I think I'm going to wait though.
I think that's fair.
I'm going to roll this and just hope that I don't roll a 1 or a 2.
Love it. Look at that.
Oh no, I can't even see what I rolled.
Nine's
thank
good.
you. Oh,
yeah, so you didn't make it. Actually, you did make it, right? Because we said no. Okay, no, we didn't make it. But you didn't fail in a bad way.
Correct.
So it's more light, but it's not making a difference for you. It's kind of like when you have your low beams on and you're in the fog now. So you're just illuminating the space directly in front of you.
Okay. I think I'm going to keep it up because as far as I know, I'm the only person here. And so, yeah, I think I'm going to kind of I'll have my bag, like I'll hold it, but keep it kind of away so I'm still lit up. I don't know if that actually works or not, but okay. I'm going to try.
Okay.
And I think I'm just going to keep moving forward.
Yeah. So nothing's stopping you. You're moving forward. I don't know about you, but when I move around in the dark or in like a space that I can't really see, I always feel really trepidatious. Like I think I'm going to run into something, or I swear there's something like right there at the edge of my vision. Other than that, like sensation, there's nothing else really going on. You're not hitting anything. You're not meeting any physical barriers. There's no sense of a change of elevation at all. And you know you were in a hilly, foresty, deep redwoods area before. You should have tripped on a root or fallen over a hill by now.
Right. Okay. I don't like this at all. Okay. I'm gonna keep moving, but as I do, I'm gonna just like shout like, hello. Does it echo or anything, at least?
No.
Oh, this is so eerie. I don't like this at all. Okay. What to do now? This is I don't know. This sucks. By the way, Lewis is saying all of this out loud, just so everybody knows.
This is definitely what I would do if I was alone in the forest. I would definitely be talking out loud.
Yeah, I just want like, because that way if somebody is around, they can hear and maybe respond.
I just talk to myself no matter what, so.
Yeah, I mean, this was me justifying talking to myself. Okay. And if I change direction, I know this is like the worst thing to do. And Lewis definitely knows this is the worst thing to do. But if I like change direction at all and move, it stays the same, right?
You're not seeing anything, nothing's letting up. Nothing is abating. There's no change in lighting. As far as you can tell, you might as well have stayed in the same spot.
Okay. Okay. And I don't, yeah, my friends are obviously not around.
You have no indication people are around.
Right. Cool. I think what I'll do is I'm gonna put the candle down, actually. So I'm gonna take it out of the bag and put it down and just walk away. And I wanna see how far I can walk before the candle light disappears. Or it might disappear as soon as I put it down. I don't know, I'm just trying to kind of gauge things and try a bunch of different things.
Sure. So you put it down. I don't know how recently you've really paid attention to the candle, but it is so small now.
Right.
Just a tiny little nub of a candle, but still burning fiercely. And you begin to walk away. You can see the light start to dim because of the opaqueness of the fog. And of course, your light is increasing, which makes it harder because now you're, whatever the term is, front lit, and the candle is farther away. And you get about 4 steps before it starts really starting to disappear.
Okay. And if I turn around, can I see more now, or am I still like, right? Because now I'm lit up more. So does that help or not?
I have to say my instinct is it makes it worse because
that's what I think.
You're a very bright light.
Yeah, it's like using your high beams now in I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, and you're better at, physics stuff than me, so if this sounds scientifically improbable, let me know.
Nope, you're good. Okay. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna walk, or actually I'm gonna go into a run and go further away from the candle. And I wanna see if I, like, essentially what I think his frame of mind is, that like, is this like a loop, or is he actually moving? Right, so is he gonna see that candle again, I guess, is kind of what he's trying to figure out.
That's fair. Okay, you run. You are brightly blazing at this point now, fully on fire. I don't know when the last time, if ever, Lewis has let himself do this. The candle, you don't see it coming back. You don't see any other signs of light.
Oh, shoot. Okay. Now he's freaked out because he's on fire and he's going to run back to the candle, realizing this was a horrible, horrible idea. So I'm going to turn around and try to hopefully run straight back and hope that I'm still going in the same direction.
Well, I've got good news for you and bad news. It's the same exact roll you just made. And that was both the good news and the bad news.
I'm going to auto-success this.
Okay. So when you focus your mind and you try to just like calm down and think about what should really be here, there's a part of you that realizes that this is really not what you're seeing. Your mind is being tricked. There is something clearly not real here. And with a little bit more focus and a little bit more time, maybe some like careful breathing, you are no longer seeing the fog. You are in the redwood forest and your legs are dirty. You've got some pieces of branch and bark stuck to you. So you may have fallen down a couple times and just not realized it. But right now you're standing on top of a hill. You can see the candle in the distance. You've gone about 150 feet So a pretty good significant distance, and it is burning brightly as it begins to consume the forest.
Yeah,
You are
okay,
actively causing fire.
Okay. And I didn't specify this, so I don't know how you were thinking about it. I figured I had, and you can call me back on this if it sounds, not trying to cheat or anything, but the way I thought about it was I literally just put the candle down and I took the fanny pack with me. If you think I left the fanny pack, then that's okay. I can still roll with that.
This sounds great to me.
Okay, because I have my fire extinguisher in my fanny pack.
Yes.
And what I'm going to do is I'm essentially going to try to shuffle back up to the candle. And as I do, I want to spray behind me the forest to because I feel so bad now and I can't believe I did this. And this is like the worst thing in the world.
Hey, the good news is it's relatively early morning in Santa Cruz. The sun has not really hit the redwoods right now, so everything is damp. I don't know how many other people are thinking about this when they think about the forest, but it is a damp forest covered in damp, wet earth. And so right now, there's not a lot that's burning, but you did leave a very powerful little candle sitting there on top of a pile of bracken and so forth. So that part's ablaze.
Okay, yeah. And so I'm gonna scoot back kind of quickly, but also trying to set everything that was on fire, extinguish it, grab the candle, shove it back in my fanny pack, and then kind of mitigate that situation.
Cool. That is happening. So at this point, we're going to do two things. Number one, I'm going to have you listen to some cool rhyming. And then number two, you're going to roll a intellect check. Difficulty is going to be 3. This is for being scared because it's happening right behind you. Lose your voice and bury your words. The sounds you make cannot be heard. Be silent now and speak no more. The world your presence shall ignore. And it goes deathly quiet all around you as you notice a large black shadow looming up and projecting over your back. Intellect check now. Difficulty is 3.
Thank you. I was about to ask. Okay.
You can use against defense against mental effects. That still applies.
Oh, okay. So that would make it a 2. Okay. Do I want to take it? How do I use my pool? I've never done. Can I use my pool?
That's great. So your intellect pool of 14 here, you have no edge. So if you spend 3 points, you would make that 1 level easier. If you spend a total of 5 points, you don't have to roll at all.
Okay, I'll spend the 3 points, and that would make it a 1. Right?
That's right.
Okay, hopefully I can do this. We'll see.
Yeah, I think it's great.
Oh, thank goodness.
Look at that.
Oh, thank goodness.
On the cusp. Oh man, that's so tight. You did perfectly.
Oh.
I want to imagine that there is a second where Lewis realizes that there is this horrible monstrosity stalking him that has just done all of this magic and still overcomes it right there in that second.
Yeah, I think so. And it's like his 1 second of confidence where he's like, I got this. And then before he's like, ooh, maybe we'll see.
Yeah, and then suddenly looming shadow projecting over him like this long taloned shadow, the same thing you saw in the dreamscape recently-ish.
Oh no.
What's Lewis going to do now?
He's going to look up and see if there's something above him.
You know the answer is going to be yes, but give me just a second here as we get some cool music going that's super fun and everybody loves. I think this is the one. I just did this 5 seconds ago. I still have no idea which track is which. I am so the worst at music. I apologize to everyone involved. That's definitely not it. That almost sounds happy. Okay, we'll see if this is a thing. No. We don't need an action movie. Okay. Within 10 minutes, I will pick the correct track.
I feel like this is worse that you're not getting the tracks correct because I'm going through so many emotions.
I so wish that was what I was actually going for and it wasn't just technical incompetence. So And I apologize to Nerdly for not enjoying the creepiness of this game. That's the entire point, is to not enjoy this game. This is not a fun game, I guess. So, hey, Lewis, what exactly do you want to do when you turn around and see this looming, projecting shadow that must be at least 8 feet tall of the witch with these long, taloned fingers and this horrible, gnashing maw of teeth directly behind you? And there is no sound.
Well, this isn't something I want to do, but out of instinct, because he has the, well, I guess he doesn't. It's on him. Never mind. Ignore me. I'm gonna back up a little bit, but then, you said I recognize this. What, right? I recognize this witch.
This is the same witch, right? It is 100% that witch.
So, I forgive you.
No.
So what he's gonna do is he's gonna back up, take a couple steps back, and once it kind of clicks, like, oh, it's that witch. It's gonna kind of give him like almost a confidence boost because, first of all, he's extremely angry at her, but also because he did so well against her last time. And so after that, what he's going to do is he is going to take the candle and put it behind him. And he's going to run after, just directly towards her.
Nice. Okay. So you put the candle down, you begin to run, your body is igniting in flame. What are you going to do now?
I want to try to tackle her and see if that's even possible.
That's fine. Let's do the might roll to see if you can grapple this witch.
And what's the difficulty of this?
Difficulty's 4.
Well, why do you do me like this, Hans?
I mean, that's a very reasonable difficulty for a giant
It
witch that
is.
has magic powers.
It is. But
So remember, you have an edge of 1 in might. If you wanted to spend 4 points of your might pool, you could bring that difficulty all the way down to 2.
okay,
That's
I'll do
using
that.
2 levels of effort.
Okay, so then does that take my edge away, or?
That does not take your edge away. Edge never goes away. You just reduce the
Oh.
pool amount.
Oh, that's okay. And then you said 4, right?
Right.
Okay.
Edge is like
I will do
handicap.
that. Oh, okay. I think you've explained this to me before. I just don't remember anything.
That doesn't mean that I know what's going on with it, you know, so.
Okay, so it's at 2. I spent the 4. And... Oh, okay. Okay, I didn't roll. I mean, I failed, but I didn't, like, horribly failed.
You didn't fail into the horror mode. That's right.
Yeah.
Horribly is definitely the word we want to use, right? So you tried. The problem is the witch is not necessarily physical. And in that moment where you run hands ablaze and try to grab her, she just kind of like bends in a weird 3-dimensional way. And when she bends, you really like kind of run through her. You get like a weird fractal twist and you're coming out the other side without ever having touched her.
What do you want?
You're not making any sound right now.
Oh no! No!
That also.
So as I run, does it make sound? Nothing makes sound.
You have been muted.
This happens to me all the time. In like real life, I mute myself.
Oh no.
I forget to turn on the mute. Sorry, that was a really bad joke.
No, I get it.
Such a bad joke. Okay, I'm going to Can I try? I have this ability called Hurl Flame. Can I try to use that?
I think everybody wants to see you hurl flame. Yes, you can definitely use that.
I don't know exactly what it does, and I don't
Pretty sure it lets you hurl flame. Let's see. Okay, so it's going to cost you 2 intellect.
Mm-hmm.
You are definitely at the point where you can use it, and you're basically just trying to attack using fire.
Okay, and
This
so
will let you make a speed-based attack.
Okay, so I used 2
Actually, no,
intellect.
I'm sorry. Yeah, it should be an intellect-based attack if you're spending intellect. That just makes sense, right?
I think
Yeah,
so.
it's got to be an intellect attack.
Yeah, because it says stat. Oh, I don't. Yeah, it says the stat is intellect. Okay,
Yeah.
so then is it still a difficulty 4, or do I just straight roll? I don't know how to do any of this.
Still
Okay.
difficulty 4.
And then
You know
I just
what?
roll.
I take it back. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to use this the same way we've been using all of our other cipher powers this last week. I'm going to adhere to in Eden, I just did what I wanted and Alice was cool with it rule. So you can just spend the 2 and you can just attack the witch with fire.
Oh, okay.
We all owe this to Alice. This is Alice's gift to all of us. So
yeah, but
yes,
when's it gonna come back? And like, when is this gonna
constantly.
come
You've
back?
seen how the
against
horror
me?
mode works. There's plenty of
It's
stuff
true.
that comes against you in this game.
It's true.
Also, someday Alice will run a game for you and then she'll just be mean and it'll come back to you that way too.
Yeah. Oh, my hands just got sweaty.
That's fair. It's all that fire you've been throwing.
Right? Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to. Yeah. So I spent my 2, and I'm going to. Let me see. Yeah, because I am in the Shroud of Flame. Yeah, and so I'm going to essentially as. Oh, do you want me to describe it? I'm sorry. I just like.
I definitely want you to
Okay.
describe it. Please describe it.
This is my mind right now. I'm sorry. Okay, so yeah, so I'm going to as I kind of, because I'm now essentially even farther because I'm on the other side of the witch, and I'm assuming I'm in just full flame right now. And so I'm going to go up because above my head is where it burns the brightest, almost in a halo manner. And I'm going to grab that halo of fire and essentially take it and almost throw it. It stays there, but it's almost like I throw it out, and almost like a backwards like frisbee type of throw at her, and kind of just as I go, the green flame just goes across and out, across my arm and out it towards her.
Heck yeah. Also, when this is happening, it hits the witch. A wash of green flame goes over her body and her face contorts for just a moment, and she would scream. You think, you are certain for just a second you heard a bit of noise, but she bites it back, and her eyes go steely cold. And now she's circling you. Moving to your right, talons are outstretched, and she lunges at you. Her claws are reaching. She's not going for like your chest or your upper body. Her left hand is reaching out, and she's trying to grab you by the right calf. Like she's trying to just pull you up and lift you up off the ground. She's tall enough, she could do it.
Oh no.
So it's probably a speed roll, unless you have some other badass thing you want to do to avoid being grabbed.
I mean, I don't think that I don't think I have anything.
Okay.
I feel like
So
yeah.
this is you doing a speed defense, and that speed defense is a difficulty of 4 to not be grabbed and picked up by the witch.
Okay. Cool. I have a speed pool here. It's 5. But I have an edge of 1, so it's 4 to lower it down 2, right? Is that how that works? Oh no. Are you gonna say something to me? I'm scared.
Who, me? No. So it's a difficulty 4. If you're spending from your speed pool, you can spend effort. You get a total of 1 off of whatever you have to spend. So for example, if you want to spend 1 level, you spend 2. If you want to spend 2 levels, you spend 4.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll spend the 4.
Okay, so you're spending 4 out of your pool, and now you only have to roll a difficulty 2.
Okay. I'm sorry that I don't. Oh my gosh. What are my rolls? They're normal rolls for me, but what are they?
Just be really happy that no one has felt like they want to contribute towards that horror number, because right now, like if somebody had contributed back when you were on the 3, we'd be at that 4 now. And I just point this out because last time somebody made a donation towards Sarah, and they ended up just like stacking stuff up for us. It was so good. So good. We got like 5 things out of one donation. So I'm not saying donate to the stream so that we can make Sammy less happy. I'm saying donate to the stream so that we can make this story more exciting. So,
and to make Sammy less happy.
Yeah, make my hands more sweaty.
More sweaty is fine. No one said less happy. Just more sweaty. Okay. Lewis is picked up and is being held upside down. The witch has you by your leg. You can feel your pant leg like it's pushing up against your calf, and she's holding you, her nails digging in right where the meat of your calf is. Your legs, I don't know if they're kicking or not, but your shirt is starting to like fall down towards your head. Your whole body is upside down. Yeah, and you're on fire, and that's just an additional layer of uncomfortable.
Oh, I'm okay.
You're being picked up higher into the air.
Oh no. Okay, I'm gonna try to it doesn't work, but I'm gonna pretend like I can like get my hands like really light on fire. And then I'm going to just try to grab her and hope that like my fiery hands will like somehow make her drop me.
This might be your moment, because as she is lifting you up, her mouth is opening, and you are now where your face is about where her mouth is. You can smell hot, not actually like fetid or unpleasant. It actually smells kind of herby breath in your face, and her mouth is opening wide towards you. So this might be your moment.
No. Oh wait, if her mouth is opening, then can I try to use my hurl flame again, but this time directly into her mouth?
Yes, you can do that. The only thing is, despite the fact you will automatically succeed in this fiery roll, I am going to ask you to roll a d20.
Right, I'm assuming for like where?
No,
or maybe
just to see
not.
if there's a roll number triggered. I just want to see if you roll a 1 or a 2 because it's terrible.
I don't like you, Hans. Oh, now I can roll well.
Perfect. Also, I love you, Sam, and I just want to see Lewis, get a tiny bite out of her by a witch. That's all.
I love you
too. You throw fire at this witch. It goes into her mouth. There is a choking sound, and you feel yourself tumbling in the air in that moment where you find yourself like suddenly not held, and you rolled a 12 on that roll. So hey, you know what? Lewis falls down well, on hands and on one knee, a little bit of bruising, but the ground is soft, and you didn't hurt anything. While that's happening, the witch coughs, grabs her throat for a second. Her head swivels at an unnatural angle so that one eye is looking directly into Lewis's face. And she says, "As this body starts to decay, this final curse to you I say, no peace or rest your soul shall know, till my spirit is dragged down below." And the witch starts to disintegrate. There is a burning green flame somewhere in the center of this throat, and she starts to do a little bit of the flaking thing where it's just like ash starts floating away, and the ash starts tinging green, and then suddenly, like very dramatically, instead of just kind of like gently burning up like this, I'm sorry, I realize this is a prime music opportunity. Instead of just like kind of gently burning like this, it just catches, and her whole body goes up in a fierce greenish flame, and suddenly she screams, "Ah!" And just, you see bones in a quarter of a second, and they're just there, and they collapse in a tangle on the ground.
Can I go pick them up?
You can go try, yeah. There's a pile of blackened bones. They're very, very long.
Are they? I'm gonna pick one up because I don't think I can carry a lot, and I feel like it'd be weird.
When you touch the bone, there is a small interior flash of green flame, and it crumbles to dust.
I want to touch them all and make them all
they
crumble to dust.
crumble. Yeah, you just see that like,
Okay. Can I pick up, because is it like a pile of dust now, or is it like scattered dust?
You can try.
Oh, yeah, can I try to like pick up some of the dust?
Yes.
And I don't have anywhere to put it except for, I'm not putting it in my fanny pack, I'm gonna put it in my pocket.
It's okay. When you touch it, a fierce wind blows it from your hand, and this entire pile scatters into the distance.
You know, you've let me go on
I know.
and tell you exactly.
I only ask you about your hopes and dreams so that I can dash them.
I know this. Okay,
I know.
cool. Okay. I should have taken a picture. I have a camera on me. Oh my gosh, I didn't think about this. Okay, I'm going to retrieve my candle.
Yep, accomplished.
And do I have any sense of where I am?
Go ahead and make a Lewis is Cool Explorer check. What are we going to do? Just go ahead and make an intellect check. It's an intellect check. The difficulty is just 2.
Okay. I know, I think out of everything, I forgot to put anything. So many emotions.
Lewis is really good at this. You know 2 things immediately. Number 1, you're about 100 feet from where all this started. So you should be seeing the van right now. I'm sorry, Cassie's truck right now. You should be seeing Cassie's truck. Number 2, it is dark, and it was just cresting daylight before.
Oh no.
Yeah, dark for the forest, so it could be like 7, 8, 9 o'clock at night by now.
Oh no. Okay. Well, while I remembered to put a fire extinguisher in my fanny pack, Sam never remembered to put a flashlight there. I grabbed all my gear, but it's in the car. Okay. Sorry, just thinking all of this.
No, that's how real life goes, right? But I packed a lunch, but where's the car? Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Well, I'm going to try to head down to where the van or the car should be.
Great. We're going to keep rolling off of Lewis's previous check that you just did.
Okay.
There are 2 big wheel ruts where Cassie had parked her car into like the soft dirt just off the road.
Mm-hmm.
There's no car there, but the wheel ruts are there.
Cool. I don't have my. Do I have my? Would I have? I don't know if I. Do I have my phone on me?
I don't know. Lewis is pretty much a phone guy. Can you imagine him leaving his phone in like a truck somewhere while he goes in the wilderness? What does Lewis the Explorer think?
Oh, I hate this, but I think he actually would, because usually he would put it in his backpack is what he would do. So like where he keeps his his flashlight and like his ropes and everything in like a waterproof backpack, because he does like out of habit, just because like he does get into situations where he's in a damp place or like he has to like where his legs would get wet, and so out of fear he would have left his phone. And I hate it so much that he would do that.
Know, you are living Lewis's best life. That's the important thing. You are being honest about what Lewis would do. Okay, so no problem. Again, you know this area. It's one road. There's only one highway in the middle of Henry Cowell State Park, so you only have 2 ways you can go, and you know which one it is.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go the way that I would know to go. And I'm just gonna start walking.
That's cool. About 30 minutes later, you're walking up to the front of the Bigfoot Discovery Museum. You can see Phil's Diner right there. It's brightly lit, and there's just one car outside, and you can see Cassie's gas station.
Do I see the car? I know I see a car, but do I see the car anywhere?
You see Cassie's, her tow truck is there back in the gas station. You also see the spooky ghost pirate ship van all broken down in front of the Bigfoot Discovery Museum.
Okay. I'm going to first go to the van and see if it's unlocked.
It is, because there's no electricity to it. So it's not so much unlocked as it is unlockable. So yes, it's just a big hunk of metal sitting there.
Oh, okay. I would like to break in and grab my backpack.
That's very easy to do because everyone else is already broken in. So all you have to do is go inside.
Oh, I'm on the right track. I'm so happy. Okay, I'm gonna grab my backpack and then I'm going to I'm gonna call Darcy.
Okay. Hey, Sarah, can you remember what Cameron texted the group text last time?
I
think it was
believe
something. Go.
No, you might know better than me. I believe it was something on the lines of, "Hey, we couldn't find y'all and are heading back to HoroScoops."
I think there was also a reply to Agatha in there that everyone was fine, but you didn't know where Lewis and Josie were.
That is accurate.
So that's all in your group message. You pick up your phone, you call Darcy. So Darcy, let's talk about your awesome night you're having. Man, I wish I had a music track for this. I don't think I have any happy music at all. Let's do this one. Okay. So Darcy has just stepped out of the like Omega Tower that Marco lives in after laying the epic mic drop smackdown on him. It's late, but not San Francisco late. So there's people everywhere. And how's it going?
She's pretty happy right now. As she left the building, she waved to the guy in security that gave her a funny look when she first walked in. She pulled out her Walkman and put on those little headphones with the little fuzzy orange like sponge type headset, and she's put on just some like a really cheery playlist, and she's headed back to HoroScoops, sort of like almost dancing along to the music in the street. Every now and then almost trips up over these massive boots that they're definitely too big for her, but she's got almost like a boost of confidence. It's like she's walking pretty tall.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be almost anything. She can just have a boost of confidence. She's earned that boost. So Darcy is walking back and slightly uphill as this all goes on. You're in the financial district, so you're gonna have to catch a trolley or a bus unless you really want to walk uphill for like 9 blocks. And your phone rings.
I don't think she looks at who's calling because she's too busy doing dancing. She sort of flicks like the headphones down, or at least just moves one aside, and pulls the phone, which is a very old phone, is like, "Hello!" Like it's just sort of like saying in quite a happy tone. Hello?
That's not a commentary.
Darcy?
Oh my god, Lewis, where are you?
I'm in the forest. Well, now I'm at the museum. I'm by the van.
Did you see the dog? The dog was great.
No, what dog?
There's a really cute dog. He's gonna bring you a stick at some point. It's great. But there's a bus stop real close to you. Or there's that's a lie. There's a really nice woman who is the mum of the kid who owns the dog, who is from the Bigfoot Museum, and I know she'll give a lift to the bus stop. I can meet you there. I'll meet you at the other end of the bus stop, and then we'll walk up to HoroScoops. Are you okay? Like,
yeah.
Realizing.
Yeah, I'm fine. I met a witch. I don't know. I'll tell you about it later.
I mean, it's happened before. Is Josie with you?
No.
Okay, I'm sure that's not a problem. It's fine. Just get on the bus. Go ask the lovely lady to give you a lift and get on the bus.
Okay. You seem so different.
Yeah.
Well, good for you. I'm glad you seem happier and more confident. Probably because you're in the best friend tier. Where do I go though? Who do I talk to get this ride?
Okay, so Bigfoot Museum. Head in there. The woman who's the other half, who owns the place, has a car. Will drop you off at the bus station. Cannot remember her name for the life of me, both IRL and in character.
Perfect. Should I say that like you sent me, or should I just?
Yeah, why not? Just say that there were 3 of us, that she dropped 3 of us off earlier at the bus stop, and yeah.
Okay, I'll do that. Okay. Well, I'm glad you seem to be in such a good mood.
Well, you can get back on the bus and you can tell me about that witch, and we'll head over to HoroScoops.
Okay, yeah, so we're meeting at the bus stop that she's driving me to?
No, you need to get on the bus.
Okay, and then you'll meet me at the bus stop that the bus drops me off at.
Yeah.
Okay, sure, yeah, okay. You guys are all right though?
Yeah, we're great. We might get some food later. So if we put an order in before you get here, I can order
me food. Yeah. Just ask them for their favorite, and that's what I'll eat. Okay. I'll see you soon.
See you later. And she's like really just hangs up.
Okay.
Like putting her headset back on and keep mooching.
So hey, Lewis, you're still outside of the Bigfoot Discovery Museum. Here's your view, your vista. You have the box of the museum. All the lights are off. The only car out in front, actually there's 2 cars. There's a white Chevy van, and then there's the Spooky Ghost pirate ship van. And then you have Phil's Diner, where the lights are on, it's bright. You see at least a few people inside. There's a big truck out in front. And also in the gas station, there's Cassie's truck, the tow truck. There's also like a Ford Explorer, which was probably Libby's, if you recall that from earlier. Yeah. And the gas station lights are all off too.
Okay. If I go up to the museum, can I walk up to the museum?
Yes.
And you said the lights are off, so can I like peek in and see if anybody's in there, or like knock on the door or something?
There's a very cute sign in front of the door that has a picture of Bigfoot like walking away, and it says "off to the woods, back at," and then it says 10 o'clock a.m.
Cool. I'm going to go to I forgot her name already, but the tow truck person.
Yep, you're gonna go to Cassie's gas station. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to Cassie's gas station, and were the lights off on there, or were they on?
They are off, and after a little bit more inspection, they are off.
Can I knock on the? She already doesn't like me.
Yeah, you've got like a garage bay, and then there's like the front area where someone would sell you gas and like, a candy bar, and they're both dark.
Okay, so like, shoot, okay. But there's a car. The car is out there.
Yeah. Libby's car and Cassie's car are both out there.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna find a door and start knocking on it and being like, I'm sorry. If you guys can hear me.
Time passes. No one has come to the door. No lights have turned on.
Okay, never mind. I'm gonna go to the diner.
If anybody ever asks you how you railroad players, this is how you do it. So you have a diner. You're going to walk inside. There is a corner booth, like one of those big circle booths. This is the one that Hank Young was in last time you were here. In that corner is a family. There's a guy with a beard. He's got a lot of sun, like he's kind of like pink from sun. And then there's a lady who's darker skin toned, like African American, and she's got her hair back in a lot of elaborate braids. And then their son is like a really light, like a mocha skin tone, and he has curly, short little pieces of hair. And there is a dog underneath the table, it's the dog. It's in the restaurant. At the bar, there is one guy sitting there in like a hunting jacket type jacket, like he's got a vest, I should say, and then he's wearing a jacket underneath it. And over at the table on the right, the table that's just like a normal booth, not the one you all sat in last time, Cassie and Libby are sitting there, and Libby is leaning over, pushing a fork of pie into Cassie's face, and Cassie is eating it until she sees you and almost spits the fork out, probably because of the PDA. And that's what you see walking in the door.
I will do the thing that everybody wants you to do, and I will wave. And I am going. I don't want to interrupt them, but I don't know if those people. I'm gonna go up to the family.
Okay.
With
a
the
golden
dog.
retriever sneaks out from under the table and begins sniffing at you and your hands and your fanny pack.
I'm gonna let him sniff me, and then I'm gonna say, "Can I pet your doggy?"
The lady says, "Oh, sure, hon. Go ahead, pet the dog."
Oh, I'm so excited! I give all the pets, and as I am petting the dog, I am going to I'm just gonna ask and say, you guys don't happen to be the people for the Bigfoot Museum, right?
The boy says, "My name is Josh, and this is my mom and my stepdad, and this is Sporty, and Sporty's my dog."
Hi, Sporty.
He's 10.
Oh, that's oldish. That's really cool. How old are you? Is that an inappropriate question? I'm sorry.
I'm also 10.
Oh, that's cool. Who's older, you or the dog?
My mom had Sporty first, and then she had me. So Sporty's a little bit older than me, but not a lot. We're almost like the same age.
That's cool. I'm Lewis. I'm in my 20s. My player can't remember exactly the age that she told she had me at, so
it's a good range.
Yeah. I'm looking for the people. Do your mom and your stepdad, do they work at the museum? Do they own the museum?
The mom has been scooting around the circle booth towards you this whole time, so that now she's sitting right next to the kid, and she says, "Yeah, we do. Did you need something?"
Yeah, so this is kind of awkward, but there were 3 people that you had talked to
You're with
earlier.
the news group.
Yeah. And
Okay.
I don't like asking this, but I'm kind of stuck here and was wondering if perhaps by chance, maybe you could give me a lift to the bus stop. If not, it's totally okay, and I totally understand.
No, hon, I could probably give you a lift down to the bus stop, but it's almost 9:30 now. I mean, by the time you get down there, I'm not even sure you're going to make the last bus before they close it down for the night.
Okay,
I
no
don't know the
problem.
schedule. I mean, I can drive you down there and you can just find out.
Yeah, I think they usually have this. Let me look online and see if I could pull up the schedule and see when.
So
the
this
last
is not a
bus
quiet
runs.
interaction while all this is going on. Liberty has walked up behind you and said, "What's your name again?"
I'm Lewis.
I have to drive back down to the city anyways. Do you want me to just give you a ride?
Oh, if you wouldn't mind, I didn't want to interrupt.
Yeah, let me just give you a ride. Don't worry about it, Sylvia. I got this one. It's not a problem.
Oh, thank you so much, Sylvia. Josh is really cool, and I think we would be really good friends.
Josh says, "Sporty likes you, so I'd probably like you."
Sporty's a good dog. I like him.
I would like to point out yet again for our audience that this dog was named by Kelly Lane. So this is an important interaction here. This was destined. We had to have this. So, okay. So Libby says, "Okay, Cassie, you can handle things, right?" And Cassie gives you a little bit of a look. "Yeah, I got this." And Libby says, "Let's just go now before it gets any later, because they're going to be fireworks soon. I don't really want to be driving around with that."
Oh, yeah. Why are there fireworks?
Tomorrow's the 4th of July. There's definitely going to be people setting off fireworks downtown.
Oh, yeah. No, that makes sense. I forgot what day it was. Time is weird.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, let's go. I'm so sorry, Cassie. I didn't mean for this. I was trying to ignore it. But he's whispering about as loud. He's pretty loud in his whispers.
I kind of figured.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, just show me where your car is.
She like beeps the Explorer key and the lights flash in the gas station.
Oh, okay, cool. Do you care if, do you want me to sit in the back or in the passenger seat? What are you most comfortable with?
Are you going to be weird?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, but like, this is gonna be me.
I think you should just sit in the front seat.
Okay. Well, like sometimes you're like your car driver, or like, or
Come
taxi
on, we gotta
driver.
get there before that last bus, right? Let's find out.
Right. Oh,
This
yeah.
is not
Okay.
an Uber.
Right. Okay. Right. Okay. Yeah. And he gets in and buckles himself in.
This car smells vaguely of coconut and like a shea butter type lotion. Like this car smells kind of good.
Your car smells good.
Thanks. And with that, she starts driving you down the highway. So you're going down Highway 17 towards Santa Cruz. And as you start to get into town, it's getting a little bit busy. There are a lot of lights and the boardwalk is all lit up. And there are definitely people setting off fireworks on their own where they should not be. Because you see the occasional pop of like a bottle rocket, and you can hear that whee of a Piccolo Pete somewhere in the distance and so forth. So, yep. You get to the bus station, and Libby says, do you want me to wait for a second just to make sure you've got yourself a bus ticket?
Yeah, if you can.
Yeah, I can.
Okay. I'm gonna try to get it. I'm gonna run out and I'm gonna unbuckle my seatbelt, and then I'm gonna run out and try to get a ticket.
That's fine. That works. You get up there. The counter tells you that there are no more buses going to San Francisco tonight.
Oh, okay. Okay, thank you. Okay, I'm gonna slowly walk out, and I'm like, hey, so there aren't any more buses.
Okay, so I don't have to be home at any particular hour. I can give you a ride if you want. It's not really that far to the city and back. Or if you want to just call a taxi, I can just leave you here.
I mean, a taxi's gonna be pretty expensive, and
That's probably true.
I don't know how much money I actually have on me. I don't have a lot, actually. I gave my parents back all their money. That probably wasn't a good choice.
This is gonna be a long story, huh?
Yeah, the way I tell it.
You should probably just get in. Come on, let's get this done.
Okay. Is Cassie gonna be mad at me? Give her like
yeah, she's gonna be mad at you, but don't worry.
Give her an extra hug for me.
I know how to make Cassie okay with things. Don't worry, I've got that part. But she's gonna be mad at you.
Okay, that's okay. I'm sorry. Tell her I'm sorry.
Come on, get in the car. Why? Let's go.
Oh, okay. I get in the car and buckle myself in for safety.
Okay. She's not the slowest driver ever. She's not the safest driver ever. But pro side, you will be in San Francisco sooner rather than later.
Okay,
so
cool.
You are now driving up the coastal highway towards San Francisco. And we're going to do a cutaway from Lewis, who is having, just so you know, Libby is grilling you. You already had opened this can of worms earlier when you started asking her about her love life and about Cassie and so forth. She is so far asking you about your parents, what's going on with all this money. And now by the time you get there, we're going to end on a scene of her asking Lewis all about his love life. So prepare for that. All right.
I'm prepared.
We swipe over to the HoroScoops office, where we have Sullivan and Cameron wearing no shoes, standing in the front doorway basically about 30 minutes before the things that just happened. Sullivan just got a phone call which was handed to him by Bill. He's now holding a phone that has disconnected. And you just spoke to Amy from the antique store. Hey, Sullivan. Bill says, everything okay?
Yeah, everything's fine. And I don't think Sullivan's a good liar, so everything's probably not fine.
Well, pro side Cameron's also right there, so Bill just kind of looks at you quizzically.
Cameron,
okay?
I think shoots Bill a glance, and then she looks back at Sully, like, wait, who was on the phone?
The phone, that was the granddaughter from the antique store that we saved from the wolf.
It's kind of a strange call, don't you think? Did she want anything?
She was asking for me. She was wondering if we'd met before.
Have you?
Not that I recall.
Huh, that's kind of, I don't know, you've got a pretty original look, Sully. Maybe y'all ran into each other at some point.
I mean, it's possible. I've lived around here for a bit, but I don't know.
All right, well, I don't know, let's I don't know, I don't think I want to stay here and kind of start working on the story. Why don't we come inside? Bill, can you make us some tea?
Yeah, I guess I can make some tea. That's fine. And I don't know, have you guys had dinner?
We could eat.
Okay, I'll see what we've got. And he walks back towards the kitchen area.
Out of character, I was totally going to be like, I mean, we ate before the bus ride, but yeah, I could eat.
You know what? Allison can't be here. Sarah has to do that for her. It's how it works.
Someone has to say it. And then Cameron kind of, like, once Bill, like, goes into the kitchen area and is a little, like, not looking at him, Cameron, like, sidles up a little bit closer to Sully and says lowly, we don't have to tell Bill what happened if you don't want to. I don't know, we don't have to talk about it if you don't want to. We can just tell him we got the picture and let that be that.
I think that's definitely the way to start. Logically, I realize that he was not a good person, but that this and this don't agree.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'd be kind of worried about you if they did. I think, gosh, Cassie was saying a lot in the car, trying to make us feel better, but I don't blame you solely for what happened, but yeah, I don't feel good about it either.
Yeah, I just, when it was just finding the wolf, it was kind of like a game. It was just fun, right?
Yeah.
And now it's real, very real.
Yeah, and I'm just, oh God, I mean, I promise you don't have to watch the video solely, but I promise we should be fine. We shouldn't have to tell anyone else if we don't want to. I mean, we'll have to tell Lewis, and I think we'll have to tell Alice, or we'll have to tell Josie, but yeah, let's kind of keep it to ourselves for now.
Yeah,
I'm gonna break in here real quickly. While you guys are talking, this is about the moment that Lewis has gotten out of the spell. While you're all standing in the doorway of HoroScoops, there is suddenly a very, very strong gust of wind. It's one of those winds that you can hear it coming from a distance, where it kind of howls in a low keening, and it washes over the building, pressing against it. The screen door, like out in front, slams shut. You can hear all of the windows vibrating just a little bit. Sullivan, you're gonna have to roll for hair. Your hair gets messed up. Cameron, your hair gets blown over the top like this. Just very suddenly, this very strong gust of wind has rolled into the door. The papers on the desk go flying. The coffee cup that's over on the far distant bullpen table gets knocked over, and tea goes spilling on the ground. The cup breaks, and pens just go rolling everywhere. It's a lot very suddenly, and then cuts off.
that was magic, right?
I didn't feel magic, but it definitely doesn't feel normal.
I
I'm
don't
going
know
to
if
say you
I.
both have at least a tingling like sensation. Yes, your spider senses.
Yeah, Karen's like, I don't know if I know what magic feels like, but I'm starting to trust. Like, I've still got that sensor that goes off in the back of my head that says like, oh yeah, this is fake bullshit. But yeah, I don't trust that anymore. Is there a way for us to like learn more about where the magic came from, or did like the gust come from a specific direction besides
Yeah,
out?
it did come from a specific direction that if you were to trace it far enough back and we were to continue on our ley lines, it would go all the way back into the Henry Cowell State Park. But are you guys going to know that? I'm going to say that for Sullivan, yes, definitely. For Cameron, maybe.
Cameron actually might. She is something of she writes fantasy novels and does a lot of reading, and she of course writes and draws all of her own maps for all of her like fantasy worlds. So she's something of like a geography and map making buff. So she might have.
Yeah. No, I think it's definitely something you can know. And for you, it's like maybe a difficulty 1 roll.
Oh yeah. Let's try that out. Oh, I did it. Yeah.
You sure did. So you guys can both kind of be aware of the direction. It's pretty much where you all started this journey last night or this morning. Yeah, anyways, it's in that direction.
I think with how that was explained, I think as Cameron's asking some of these questions, I think he's just turned inside the building and facing the direction that leads, ignoring modern geography straight back. And he's just like that.
If you're looking for it, it is right out the door. The door is basically facing the direction the wind came from.
I'm pretty sure that came from the forest.
I think Cameron's a little slower on the uptake, but then she ends up like turning along with Soleil and goes, you don't think that was Lewis or Josie, do you? I'm gonna believe that they're making their way back, just like we did.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, if it was affecting them, if they're still at the forest, why would it reach us here?
That witch, I don't know, they're strong. Maybe they could, or maybe there's a group of them and one of them's here and cast it. That doesn't make sense. But I don't know, those witches are strong.
We know there's supposedly a few at least.
Yeah.
They were all bound to that demon or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, honestly, it's a little terrifying how easily they've been able to pinpoint us every time.
Right. What is up with that? I mean, I don't know. And Cameron will like shut the door to HoroScoops and close it, and then take a step back. I mean, I guess there's all the wards here, so we've got to be safe while we're at the office. But yeah, maybe we could figure out a way to stop the witches from being able to track us.
Maybe that seems like a conversation for Agatha or your aunt, I think you said, taught you.
Yeah, Aunt Tilly, she knows something of magic. Actually, she texted me earlier. I should tell her I'm back home safe. But yeah, she might know too. I don't know. Cameron thinks for a moment about adding Tilly to the group chat, and then realizes that's probably not a good call. And then we'll, at this point, kind of shoot her aunt a text that says, "Don't worry, not urgent. Get back to me when you can. Hypothetically, if a witch was tracking you, How would you stop that? Thanks, I love you. Send.
So that goes. Mentally, 9 o'clock-ish, like this is probably a pretty busy time at the ice cream shop. So she might be a little bit busy.
Yeah. And then Cameron copies and pastes it and sends basically the same message to Agatha. But takes off the thanks, I love you.
I mean, to each their own, that's fine. So with that, you hear like a gentle chime somewhere upstairs, and yeah.
Cameron,
go ahead.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Have you had any weird dreams since this started outside of your aunt's magic dream and us going to the dream?
Cameron pauses for a second and kind of rolls her head for a sec and then shakes it and says, no, I don't think I have. Just honestly, my dreams have been kind of super cool since a couple days ago. I mean, Sully, have you been? I mean, this sounds like it's coming from somewhere.
Yeah, I've had a couple of dreams that felt very real, but not in the way that being conscious in the dream feels.
Like, real in what way? Like, were you seeing real people or doing something you could imagine yourself doing, or were you somewhere you know?
He starts to talk and he stops for a minute, and it takes him a while to figure out what to say. I don't... It was not a place I've ever been. I don't remember it, but it felt like I'd been there. It felt... You know how when you go home and you feel that comfort of home, and if your family's there and you feel that they're there and they're your family and you know that?
Cameron smiles a little bit and then nods. Yeah, no, I know that.
I've always thought there was something missing in my life, but I could never figure out what it is. And I had this dream that felt like going home. And it's a place I've never seen, and it had people in it I'd never seen, but they knew me.
Wow, Sully, I mean, if I can do anything to help you find this place and find that feeling, I'll do it. Do you know any, like, was there maybe like a house number, or was there like a map you were out far on and then you zoomed in on it in your vision, or was there, and then she rattles off like 5 other like classic fantasy tropes for knowing where you are in like a dreamscape. Maybe we, with some like clever Google searches, I don't know, maybe we could start figuring out where it is.
I don't think there was any of that.
Wait, Amy, did you see any faces in this dream you had? Was Amy there?
I don't think it was her, but there was a woman and a child, and they weren't related, but it was obvious that they were family. The woman was Asian coded. She, you know how when someone loves you and they look at you and you feel that feeling?
Yeah. Sometimes they're like a little angry too because you didn't clean the ice cream equipment good enough, but you can still feel how much they love you.
Yeah, it was like that.
I think we should talk to Amy, or you should talk to Amy, or we should have her come here. That might be, I don't know if that would be the safest option or if that would be the least safe option, but maybe that's where to start.
Maybe it's weird though, isn't it? Like,
oh yeah, for sure.
but I mean, what would I say to what? I mean, we just got back from all of this, and I don't even know where to start.
I mean, she said she thought she recognized you, so you could maybe say the same thing to her or kind of tell her about a dream you had. I don't know, maybe. I think someone who calls someone out of the blue asking if they recognize them is down for some weird shit.
Yeah, yeah, you might be right.
Text her. And you don't have to, but you should.
I don't think Sullivan got her number. I think he just got the message that she called the first time. Hans.
Oh, you can ask Bill then.
That's a good question. Yes, that would be the way to do it. It would be to ask Bill.
I guess I mean, I don't know how to. I guess I need to ask Bill because he's the one who answered the phone.
Yeah, I mean, welcome to the, what is it, 21st century? Whatever we're in now. There's like caller ID and shit. I think she'll be thrilled to hear you.
Sorry, that's me laughing, not Sullivan. I mean, at that point, he would just go look at. He was standing in front of the phone at one point. He'll go back to the phone and look and see if there's like a caller ID display.
So here's a question: how good is Sullivan with an office phone?
I don't know.
Neither do I. So I think what we need is, if we need an intellect roll, the difficulty here is 2.
Okay.
Cameron's just like watching expectantly.
Mm-hmm.
Like.
Nope. I failed.
First off, I would like to point out for Scrat that is a horror threshold raise. Number 2, I would like to point out that this is like a 12-line phone system, and you're not sure which of these lines are actually active or anything like that, but you have no idea what the heck is going on when you push a button. You push a button and you suddenly get this like sound, and then you push another button and a red light goes on. That's about all you've accomplished in these couple of seconds.
This is too. How many lines are on this thing?
Just so we're clear, I am saving that horror threshold for a thing that is happening.
Cool.
Yeah, so thank you for that gift. Also, Scrat is the best at updating this overlay for this game. I swear he never gets to rest with this game. So with that, now that we know that thing is happening, at the sound, Bill has walked over and goes, "Are you guys doing okay?"
We're trying to get
He's
a
also
number.
holding a phone.
We're trying to get a girl's number for Sully.
Okay. What do you guys want on pizza? I'm getting a Hawaiian pizza. Okay, I'm getting a Hawaiian and a combo. Is there something else?
I mean, I take garbage pizza. I want everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so just 2 Hawaiian and 2 combo. Okay, great. And he hangs up. Okay, so what are you trying to do to the phone? Girl's number? Oh, that one that kept calling?
Yep.
Okay, yeah. And
Sully
he
needs
pushes
it right
the button. Yeah, he pushes the button next to the one you just pushed, and it kind of scrolls some numbers backwards, and it's the number that was just up. So he goes, yeah, that number right there, right?
Yeah, Bill, thanks.
Okay.
And
he's gonna enter it in his phone, and then he's gonna walk away because this has gotten real awkward.
Cameron wants to know what he like, because you know how it's like Amy, but she wants to see if he like puts in any like cool thing at the end to know who she is, like if there's like a, you know, like a heart or something.
What emojis are being used? That's what we want to know. What are the emoji selections like?
I mean, he doesn't know Amy that well, so I think he'll just, to denote that she was from the antique store, he'll just put the sword emoji at the end.
Okay, interesting. No winky face, nothing like that. Okay, that's fine. There's just sword. That's a totally normal contextual thing. Sure. Okay. Bill is standing there next to Cameron and goes,
Don't emoji shame me on stream, dang it.
first off, I'm sorry. It's the only place I get to emoji shame. No, that's not true. I do it all the time. But anyways, right there, Bill is standing next to Cameron and says, so do they know each other? Because I didn't get that at all from the phone conversation.
What
I
did
thought
you
maybe you
get?
guys broke something.
What'd you get from the phone conversation? Like, what'd she say? What'd she sound like?
She just wanted to talk to Sullivan, and she wouldn't really talk to me. She left her number the first time. She sounded a little bit spacey. I thought, again, like maybe you guys broke something, or maybe there was like a problem with the shop.
I think, well, okay. Maybe Sullivan broke her heart, and now she's calling. That could be it.
Yeah, that's good. That's real Bon Jovi. I met her grandma before. She used to work in one of the little restaurants in Chinatown.
Oh, that could actually be helpful to know. Hey, Sully, she Bill's met her mom.
No, not her mom, her grandma. I met
Oh,
her
her
grandma.
Oh, well,
I mean, I met her grandmother too. She runs the store.
Oh.
No, I don't think Daisy runs the antique store. I'm pretty sure she just helps out every once in a while, like if Amy needs to run an errand or something like that.
Okay. It's Amy's store?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's her store. I mean, I don't think her parents aren't involved. I mean, that store's been in business for what, like 11 years? I want to say like 11 years.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you guys not know them?
We're gonna know them a lot better soon.
Yeah, they're practically from the neighborhood. I mean, again, I know pretty much everybody around here. I've been in this neighborhood forever. Oh, I get what you were saying.
Just pats Bill on the shoulder.
What color is Sullivan right now?
He's probably as red as his hair.
Okay. I do not let Agatha hear about this, because she has a mouth. She would say something.
Noted.
I mean, I love her, but he looks embarrassed. That's not nice.
Sully, you're gonna be great. Just text her. Oh wait, you texted her, right? I know I couldn't see that part, which is probably a good call, but you did it, right?
No, I was about to when you called me back over.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, we're done. You go text her. Tell her you want to chat about how she recognizes you. It's the only way you're gonna find out.
He nods very slightly, and he instead of trying to walk away, he just turns around from where he is, and he sends her a text.
Cool. You have sent her a text. Do you want to talk about the context of the contents of the text?
I think he just
Let's face it, you knew that was coming.
I did. He probably says, hey,
Someone
I found out,
by the way, for later.
He probably sends the text and it's just, hey, I found out that the store is yours and I was wondering if you wanted to talk about this sword I bought. You know, totally casual stumped, you know.
It's probably
That last part's not on there. That was me. I mean, the grandma said if I had any questions or problems.
Yep. No problem. Sword emoji, got it. Okay, so with all that, we're going to leave you in suspense for a while. Darcy, how did you decide to go up the hill?
I think she actually half danced, half walked her way up there. She was feeling pretty good. However, she is still heading to the bus stop unless someone has told her that Lewis is not going back to the bus stop and is just going straight to HoroScoops.
Did Lewis do that?
Oh, is she? I thought Lewis was gonna ask to get dropped off at the bus stop, like when they got into town.
Right. So you could get dropped off at the bus stop in town. You could do that.
Yeah, that was what I was going to ask.
Okay. So Darcy's been waiting at the bus stop for about an hour and a half. And Lewis has now arrived. It is solidly 11 o'clock. There were some kind of seedy characters, but they saw you and you were dancing and they walked away. Libby is dropping Lewis off at the bus station, and we have to do the last 2 minutes of this conversation. When she says, okay, so who do you like?
That's an odd question.
You know who I like, and you definitely don't have a girlfriend or a boyfriend or anything right now, I can tell.
What makes you say that?
You turned bright pink when I said that.
Are you talking about Lewis or Sam?
You know, both is fine. So Libby is interrogating you now over this. So come on, I drove you all the way to San Francisco. You need to dish.
I don't know that I have any crushes right now. I mean,
you are lying so much right now.
No, I'm not. I'm just no. No.
I don't have to pull this car over, you know.
Please don't.
Come on, spill it.
I mean, I don't know. Nothing's developed into like a crush yet. So just like, I'll let you know as soon as I have one.
Do you know what color red you are right now?
I feel by the redness on my face somewhere between like lobster red and like stop sign red.
That sounds good. So Libby is just giving you a hard glare, and she should be looking at the road at the point that you were at.
Do you want to look at the road so that we don't die?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
This car has lane assist. If I have to take my hands off the wheel to get an answer, I'm going to do it.
Why would you do that?
Because you're stalling on me, and this is not that long a trip.
I mean, I'm not stalling. I just don't know that I have an answer for you.
Look, you've met me, and you've met my partner, and this is a very small ask. I don't really expect to see you again.
Oh, I expect to see you again.
Okay, well, in that case, you better really dish. Let's hear it.
Oh. I mean, I'll just like, can I just say like it's someone in the best friend tier, that's all.
Okay, now 5 minutes later, you've explained what the best friend tier is to Libby now. So just everybody is your best friend, but it's a level?
Well, no, not everybody is my best friend. Like, I don't know, like Bill, he's not in the best friend tier.
Okay, so you don't like Bill?
No, he's just in the friend tier.
No, I mean you don't like Bill.
No, I don't know. He's old.
So how many people are we narrowing this down to?
Probably like 5 or 6.
I'm just going to keep driving when we get to San Francisco. I'm going to drive over the Golden Gate Bridge if you don't just answer this.
What if I told you that like at one point in time, very recently but not anymore, it was my best friend. Oh, I mean, my best friend from childhood. Does that help? But he left. So it's not him anymore.
You're really dodging a lot.
Yeah, I am. I think we're getting close to the bus stop.
You hear this wow, 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 as a car like gently drifts too close to a truck.
You're
Uh-huh.
Hi. You should keep your eyes on the road.
This is a waste of a trip. That's all you're gonna give me?
I mean, I don't want to jinx it. What if I tell you
Okay,
as
that's
soon
fair.
as I ask them out? You'll
Yeah,
be
you
the
better
first
text
to
me.
know.
That's fine.
Oh, okay. Even if they say no, I'll still text you.
She starts telling you her phone number to put it in your phone.
Okay, I put it in my phone, and I put Libby, best frontier, car, heart, and then I realized that like Carhartt is a name, and I delete it, and I put hearts, and then I put text her as soon as you ask somebody out. This is all on her name.
Sure, that sounds like a great name. That's a well done contact there. That's perfect. Okay, so while you're doing all of that, Libby continues driving and so on, and you have now reached the bus station.
I jump out of the car like as soon as it stops.
She looks out and she goes, "Is that her?" As Darcy is dancing with her Walkman under the lights of the bus station stop.
That's Darcy. She's in the best frontier.
Is it her? Window goes up. Peels out a little bit as she drives off. So hey, Darcy. Lewis is apparently there. Showed up at some point while you were dancing.
Darcy was sort of like having just like sitting on the bus stop seat, and like her legs are slightly too short to reach the ground, so she's sort of like probably just wiggling a little bit, and then looks very, very confused as Lewis pulls up in a car at a bus station and looks at Lewis as like, I don't think this is how bus stops work.
The bus stopped running.
Oh, okay. Well, we're gonna head back. I'm gonna head back to HoroScoops. Are you coming? You okay?
Yeah.
Because you're saying yeah quite a lot.
Yeah.
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 Do you just want to walk?
Wait, how else were we gonna get there?
No, I mean rather than keep saying yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
Come on. And she starts walking, and she's taken the headset off, but the music is still playing. It's just round her neck instead now.
So we will fast forward again. In the HoroScoops office, about one large-sized pizza later, what is Sullivan doing at this point?
He's eating pizza and ignoring everything else.
Okay. And what is Cameron doing?
Cameron is also eating pizza, and she like keeps looking over at Sullivan's phone super expectantly. But then she's also like on her computer, and she's clearly writing up and trying to figure out a title for the next piece they're going to release, and what to call the picture they took of the Bigfoot.
Okay.
She's
And you
like,
guys have missed this elaborate. Cool.
Just
so
kind
you're
of
technically doing the actual work. Yeah, it's there. So Bill has listened to your story and whatever synopsis you've given of what happened while you all were gone. And he's also told you this long, elaborate story of the pizzeria that makes the pizza you guys have just eaten. And at some point, Sparky came down, grabbed a couple slices, and they left. That's about all that you have seen so far. At about 11 o'clock, both Darcy and Lewis walk in.
Darcy pushes both doors open as they both walk in.
I think we just get one door, but the emphasis is there.
The emphasis of two doors is there. I'll open a window if I have to.
Walkman power Darcy is good. So with that, the door flies open. Bill turns. He's got like a soggy half slice of pizza in his hand. Hey, and you're both there.
Oh, hi. And she starts taking the boots off. And it's like, did we get pizza? And she sort of holds the boots up to the camera. It's like, thank you.
Yeah, we've got Hawaiian and everything.
Ooh. She sort of like mooches over and takes a plate and takes at least one slice of each.
Mm-hmm. They're getting a little cold, but they're still good. And then Lewis is there too.
Oh, I found Lewis.
Lewis, what happened? We lost you. We tried to find you.
Oh, yeah, right. I forgot about that. Yeah, it got all foggy, and then I was walking in the fog. I wasn't going anywhere, and then I like dispel magicked it, and then there was no fog, and I apparently had walked a little ways, and I burnt some hills, but I put them out because I had my fire extinguisher on me. And then there was a witch, and I burned her, and she tried to pick me up, and then she tried to eat me, and I threw a flame in her mouth, and then I called Darcy, and then I went to the diner, and then I got a ride from Libby, and she kept asking me who I liked, and it was really awkward, and then I saw Darcy, and then I walked in, and then you asked me what happened.
Okay. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Lewis cast Dispel Magic. That's like it's a level 3 wizard spell. That means, God, you're like at least a level 5 wizard. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So happy you made it back.
Yeah. I'm gonna keep my fanny pack on from now on, though, because I hurt them. Yeah. I don't know what I did to make it go. I think I just like exhaled really, really big, and then it all just went.
A door flies open upstairs. You hear loud thumping boot steps as someone is basically jumping down the stairs. Agatha is wearing like a black big like shift dress, still with like a lacy front thing like this, and her boots, and her eyes look red for just a second. You get about this much time to look at her because she does jump over the table. And Lewis, if you want to dodge being punched, this is your chance to do it.
Yes, I would like to dodge being punched, please.
Okay. This is a level 3 speed defense to not be punched in the face.
Okay. Perfect.
Oh, it was like that close. Just so you know, if you had rolled worse, she was going to magic punch you. Okay, so you take 2 points of might damage, and she does punch you directly in the face. It does hurt a lot, and when you fall down on the ground, she is just standing there right over you, and just looks at you for a second, and you hear like maybe she was crying, and turns around and walks out of the room.
Can I run after her?
Sure, you could do that. She is going up the stairs. It's a very narrow staircase.
I have a special ability of a physical skill called running. Can I use that to help me?
Yeah, you basically have to parkour over like the desk that everybody is at, because it's the only way you're going to beat her at getting to the staircase. I don't think you need to roll to climb over the table.
I was going to say, I also have a special ability of a physical skill called climbing.
You know that I want to make you roll this, but on the other hand, I don't really want to see the consequences of you failing to get over a table and breaking everyone's computers. So you get over the table. Agatha was definitely crying and is still crying, and her eyes are red, but she is very good with concealing makeup too. So it's like it's a little hard to tell. And she looks very hurt by the fact that you're standing in her way.
Whoa, wait, you can't just punch
Move,
me
Lewis.
and then... No, you can't just punch me and leave.
Move.
No.
Okay, and now she's going to grab you with magic and throw you across the room. So prepare for this. Would you like to make a speed defense roll to move out of the way?
Yeah. 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 Is it still difficulty 3, I'm assuming?
Oh no, it's magic. She's much better at magic. It's a difficulty 4.
Oh no. My heart rate just increased.
Awesome.
Wait, what did I don't even know what I rolled, but I got it's a lot of green.
You rolled a darn good roll.
I still can't. Why did you do this to me, computer?
So as we look at the thing, it says you rolled against a difficulty of 4. Your roll was an 18, which would have beat up to a difficulty of 6. So you done good. And if you were trying to damage Agatha, you would have gotten extra damage, but don't do that. So with that, she is about to magic grab you and throw you across the room. And describe how you move out of the way of being magic grabbed.
I'm hoping that she's aiming towards my upper body, like my chest area, and I kind of like duck and essentially just grab her and like hug her like super tight, kind of like you do with like somebody who's having like an anxiety attack, but a little, yeah.
And there she is, extremely tense, and for a second you can feel her like arm balling up again, and then she just stops and just like goes limp, and she's definitely crying.
I'm just pat her on the back and be like, I'm sorry. I don't know what I.
You know, you didn't tell me what happened when you were gone. You just left me there when you were supposed to be in that dream space, and there was that witch.
I thought that you told me to leave.
You didn't text me or anything. You just left.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't think. I didn't mean to worry you.
Okay. It's fine.
No,
just
no,
let go
don't
of me.
go all hard. Don't
just
go
let go of
all
me.
hard. No.
Don't.
No.
Don't.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Just let go.
No, I'm not gonna let go yet. Not until just relax a little bit. I know that's like the worst thing to tell you to do.
You talk too much. Stop. She just stands there being hugged for a second.
Hug me back.
No.
You know you want to.
No.
Don't make me.
Her arms go up, and she is very lightly hugging you, like around your short ribs.
And I squeeze her harder than I let go. I'm like, I won't let it happen again. I'm really sorry.
So weird. And she walks up the stairs and kind of like hits you with her shoulder as she's getting up the stairs.
Hashtag best friend here.
Slam.
There's a little like tear in Lewis's eye now.
So, you're turning around?
Yeah, I'm gonna go back to where I was.
Time for you to make one more intellect check as you walk
no.
across the room. This is a difficulty of 2, and let's see if you have any really cool skills here. It is a difficulty of 1. The skill you were using is assessing danger, just so you know.
Oh, okay. Hey, I did it.
Okay, so in your walk across the room, Bill was like kind of casually eating pizza. You've had this interaction, and for a moment there, as you look into his eyes, you have the sensation of like a father sitting on a porch holding a shotgun for just a second. And it may have passed to the back of his mind, but there's a flash in his eyes.
I love you, Bill.
Have some pizza.
Okay, and I'm gonna sit right next to him.
Lewis is brave. Okay. It's like 11:15. Sullivan's phone. Is it chirping or vibrating? What's the phone doing?
Oh, he's
The above.
full millennial. It's always vibrate only.
Yeah, yeah. So your phone does do that on the desk.
He tries not to jump.
Is there anyone who thinks they would not notice Sullivan's phone at this point? Is it definitely like the centerpiece of what everyone is doing? Okay. Darcy, maybe less so? No?
Darcy's maybe eating. If she'll hear it, she'll hear it because she's got very good hearing, but she's not necessarily focused on it.
There is a lot of food. I mean, there were 4 pizzas at one point. I'm going to say there's like 1 now, but still. Yeah, so the phone does the vibrating thing.
He flinches slightly and then moves to pick it up.
And it just says, I have an early morning appointment, but I'm at the shop now.
I think he I think he just sends OMW.
Aren't fellow players the worst when you have any sort of interaction with anything? It's just so fun. It's so great. All right, so with that, Sullivan is leaving, I'm imagining. What's everybody else going to do? Darcy, have you uploaded your photos to the shared drive or anything like that yet?
Yeah, she'll definitely upload it, sort of let Cameron know that she's done it all as well, that it's all there and ready. But she's currently probably just slightly chirpier than other people in the room. She's working her way through food. She's giving everyone space because everyone seems to need it. But she's looking around. She's being very, I guess, more open now than usual. It's not like a hunched sit over. It probably sits upright and looks around like 3 or 4 times before taking more pizza. But...
Sounds good. And what's Cameron doing?
Cameron is looking at Sully expectantly, like, what did it say? All right.
I think he sends it and he like finishes. He doesn't even. I'll say he has the phone in one hand and the pizza, like another slice of pizza in the other, and he's just putting his phone in his pocket. I have to go.
That was fast.
And then he just he tries to look at Cameron like, stop it, but he mostly just like blushes again and then leaves.
Cameron is like halfway about to ask, like, do you want us to come with you? And then it's like, oh, okay, no, we're done. Okay, good. I'll go back to work.
Darcy's got a mouthful of pizza, just like, where are you going? Like, after.
He's gonna go talk to a girl. I mean, he's just going, sorry. I'm sorry, I have very important work to do.
Like, and Darcy just gives that side-eye glance to Sully as he walks out.
Oh, such good
Look
timing.
what you did, Sarah. Look in chat. Look what you did. You summoned her.
So very good. So very good. Hashtag no regrets. So with that, let's talk about what Lewis is doing. Lewis, what are you doing?
Lewis is on his phone with a very long name. Oh.
Uh-huh. Number 1, Agatha has left the group message again. Number 2, you were saying.
Oh, okay, well that changes things, maybe. He texts Agatha and just asks, like, are you... He starts writing out, like, are you all right?
You get black heart, knife, broken heart, cry.
Do you want me to come up there?
It says no.
And he says, you need to talk to me. Please. You need to talk to me. 2 seconds later, please.
You get skull and crossbones emoji.
Okay, I'm coming up.
So we will leave that scene off to the side for what's going on there. And I think I've wrapped up everybody in this room. So all this is going on. Darcy and Cameron, the people who are doing responsible work things, despite it being 11:30 at night on a Thursday night, the day before 4th of July. Anyways, Bill says to the picture, "This is really amazing. I mean, you actually got the picture."
Yeah, I guess I did. It's still
Okay.
a bit blurry, but I think that's a thing that comes with it.
I mean, this is as legitimate as any Bigfoot picture I've ever seen. That's it. I mean, we've got people who can do this stuff. We need to stop trying to do these little penny Annie crap things that people are telling. We just need to go. We need to go after that dragon picture. We can do this now.
Dragon by the bridge, right? The one Agatha took a picture
Golden
of?
Gate Park, yeah, Golden Gate, right.
You know, the
we
bridge.
need to just, I mean, but we can do this.
Like, Darcy remembers back to all the chaos that happened in the woods and is like, yeah, we can do this. Yeah, we can do this.
I mean, it's $1 million. We could just get out of this loan outright. We wouldn't have to worry about Tommy Quack or any of the stuff that's going on there. And we could just be a paper. We could just be a site, a news thing. I mean, am I crazy? It's like, it's doable. You did it.
I kind
It
of
would be
want
great
to.
if, yeah, I mean, it would be great if Josie was here, because honestly, I mean, she's frightening, but it would be really good. She knows how to handle the team. I mean, it's going to be a lot for Sullivan, but I think we're going to have to do it.
I mean, I can go charge my camera now.
Like now? Like
Well,
the dragon
it's-
now?
Not like right now, but I need to prepare myself. Like, and she looks like and she starts like doing that thing again she did at the beginning where lays it all out in like sections with the memory cards, the batteries, everything.
Yeah, it's like 11:30 at night, so maybe tomorrow morning, but yeah.
Is that like peak dragon time?
I just thought you guys would want some sleep at some point.
I do, but like, is that peak dragon time?
I don't have any idea. When Agatha took that picture, it was like middle of the day.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how it works. I mean, I'm glad she got the picture. I don't know if I could even have seen it. I mean, I've lived here a long time. I've never seen a dragon. But we've got all you crazy magic people now. I mean, no offense.
You're like the third person to call us that, so it's kind of like I don't know, maybe it's our thing now.
If it makes you feel better, I mean, I employ you guys to be crazy magic people. So it's like, it's a good thing. I mean, yeah.
I mean, I guess I should probably sleep at some point. Anyway, do we have a blanket here?
Oh yeah, there's like a whole room that Josie was using the other day. Do you want to just lay down on the futon?
I mean, I could go for a snooze if no one minds that. I just don't fancy going back to my apartment right now.
Sure, yeah, it's just upstairs. It's that room all the way on the far right.
Okay, unless Cameron, you want to have it instead.
No, I live within walking distance of here. But then the thought strikes her and she's like, I think that was the futon we took and is still in the back of the truck that we abandoned in front of the Sasquatch Museum.
You are correct. I was
Darcy
just
has
waiting to spring that
forgotten
one on
that
Alice.
completely. Darcy has forgotten that completely. I was like, okay, great. No, that's awesome. And she starts heading upstairs, takes all of the
You
cushions
do.
from the sofas in the like in the waiting room area.
Oh no.
Yeah, so you may want to take those cushions because you do walk upstairs and find a blank IKEA bed frame with like the wooden slats and no mattress whatsoever.
She looks at it, it's like walks back downstairs. Like Cameron will probably watch Darcy go upstairs and then come back downstairs and just get on the sofa.
Yep.
Like face
Ta-da.
the other way and pull a coat over her.
And
So
Cameron will
enjoy
start
that.
packing up her stuff and like start to kind of leave for the night.
Sounds good. Okay, now I know we all want to do Lewis and Agatha, but we are going to go to Sullivan and Amy first because, you know, never know, people might have to leave, things like that. So with that, hey, Sullivan, you've walked down the street. You're out in front of Second Life Antiques. There is a very dim light on at the back. You remember there was that back room that you've been in before? There is, the door is closed. They've got the what's the term, like the gate out in front of it?
Yeah. He'll knock on the glass.
Okay. And Amy looks more together than the last time you saw her. She's walking up. She's wearing like a tan shirt. She has a black one of those long cardigans that doesn't have buttons on it. And she's wearing a pair of like, you know, probably jean leggings and wearing flats. Walks up to the door, hair is back in a ponytail. She looks exactly like she did the last time you saw her otherwise. And sees you, waves, unlocks the door, unlocks the gate, opens the gate up. Come on in.
He steps in quickly.
Does not lock the gate, does lock the door again, turns around. Okay, so this is, I'm not making this up, right?
I'm not, I mean, I don't think you are, but I don't know. I just found out this is your store, and he's like, he has the sword over his shoulder. He's like, I bought this from you, and I'm pretty sure it's mine. And not just because I bought it. I mean, like, you know, some things just feel right.
There's the wheelie chair behind the counter, and then there's like a low stool, and she moves behind the counter and sits down in the chair and like indicates the stool to you. So you work at HoroScoops, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've known Bill like forever. So you think the sword is yours?
I mean, yes, it's hard to explain.
Like a family heirloom that's gone missing? Like you're looking for something that got stolen?
No, I mean like when you you know, just maybe the best way to explain is it's almost like I found a part of me that I didn't know I was missing.
You just let me know if you want to make any checks or you're curious about how this is reading or anything like that. But Amy, to your initial impression, is either very still-faced or not very impressed by anything you're saying because there's not really a lot of emotion that's passing here. So you just have like it's like a deja vu.
Maybe I think he actually he stops and tries to figure out what to say, and I think that's when Pockets pokes his head out of Sullivan's pockets.
Oh, it's a cute ferret?
Oh yeah, that's Pockets.
Okay.
Have you haven't been having any weird dreams lately, have you?
Yes.
I had a dream about some people I've never met in a house that I have never been in, but it felt like the sword. It felt like it was mine. Like it was, I don't know, It sounds crazy, probably.
She looks around, goes over to the door, checks the lock, walks back over towards you. Okay. She sticks her hand out towards you. Give me your hand.
Okay.
Unless you're going to do something, you're going to feel a magical effect. Are you in on this?
Yeah.
Okay. The best way you can describe this is if the world was here, someone has suddenly flipped it over upside down. Your whole body seems to invert in the air, and where you were seeing the antique store before, everything is black. And your mind orients fairly quickly, but you are definitely in the dream space again. And she looks at you with the "Am I crazy?" eyes.
How did you...
I don't know. Is this something that's happening because of what you said?
I'm not sure, but this is the dream space, the astral plane, something like that. I'm not sure what it's actually called.
So now imagine the entire, it's not even a room, the entire black void starts to snap to life, kind of like watching an old film movie where it does kind of a spool up, and you're starting to replay the scene that you saw before. All around you, it's like you're standing in the center of that house, watching the same dream you had before, while you and Amy stand here in the middle of the room, separate from it. It's like watching a movie. It's just happening, and you're just there.
I think as soon as he realizes he is like, this is the dream I had.
This is it. So I had the same dream you did, and I did this, and I've never done this before either.
I've been in the dream space a few times, but usually it's not voluntary for me.
Okay. So you don't know what this is?
I don't know. I don't. How could we both have the same dream?
There's a moment you can see tears are starting to well up in her eyes, and they like kind of roll up, and she's looking up into the distance. I was really hoping you knew what was happening.
Do you know what's happening?
I don't. And she drops her hand away from yours, and when that happens, everything flips back over, and you're just standing in the middle of the antique shop again. Look, it was dumb. It was dumb to ask you to come here, and it was dumb to do this at, oh my gosh, it's almost midnight. Okay, I think you should go.
I don't think it was dumb, but I agree that it's late. Maybe we should save more talking for later.
She walks over to the door. She starts unlocking the door.
He walks over slowly.
It's unlocked, and she's already opened the door by the time you get there. Okay, thanks for coming over. And she's very definitely not looking you in the eye, and she's also very definitely blinking back tears.
I think he stops just long enough to give her an apology for, bothering her this late. And as he does, Pockets jumps to her.
Okay. And it's awkward because she's in the middle of trying to close the gate right now, and she's like locking it in your face. But Pockets is so teeny, and ferrets have no bones inside their bodies. They're just tubes of fur. So Pockets easily like squirts through the thing. And how does Pockets do this?
I think he just he scampers up to Sullivan's shoulder and jumps to her shoulder before the door is completely closed.
I think he can even go through those little diamonds of the gate, no problem. And he's just there, and she's like, nope. Oh, come on. No, you're really cute, and your claws are kind of sharp. And she pets him for a second. She goes, okay. And she puts Pockets back up to the gate. Okay. It's late. It's a long day.
I think Sullivan holds out his hands like, come on, it's time to go. And I think Pockets just doesn't try and go.
Come on. And she basically is like pushing the fur noodle through the hole in the gate. Oh. And she's like holding it with one hand and unlocking the gate with the other hand and trying to pull it open.
I think he does eventually. He manages to get a hold of Pockets, and Pockets is wiggly and trying to get out of his hands. I'm sorry about that. He's not normally like that. I think,
and she's closing the gate and locking it again. It's okay. It's late.
I'm sorry I bothered you.
Okay. Good night. And she closes the door, and you hear it lock, and she starts walking towards the back.
I think he stands there for a second.
Fair. And you see the light turn off in the back room.
And then he slowly turns and walks back towards HoroScoops. And he's just like, what are you... He puts Pockets back in his pocket. It's like, what are you doing? What was that?
So does Pockets have stuff that he's telling Sullivan, or is it mostly just arguing back and forth at this point?
I'm trying to decide.
I want a GIF. I'm just very much imagining Sullivan looking at Pockets and pointing like this, and Pockets pointing back up like this. I really like the cat. It's the cat meme. The cat with the salad. That's what I'm imagining right now.
That's probably correct.
It's Alice's favorite. Alice uses it for everything, but I'm stealing it for this.
Yeah. Out of character, I don't think Pockets knows what the bullshit is, so I don't think he's saying anything specific. I think he's just arguing.
Pockets is, of course, very empathic at this point and understands human stuff. So clearly Sullivan has done something wrong, according to Pockets. So
yeah.
Okay. So
it's probably, why'd you make her cry? What are you doing?
Yeah. And it'll probably devolve into, and I want pizza, as you get closer to the top of the hill. But as you both walk up the hill, let's cut back to HoroScoops and back upstairs to Agatha's bedroom door that Lewis is standing out in front of.
He's just gonna lightly knock on the door.
Go away, Lewis.
Okay, I'm coming in.
No.
And he tries to open the door. Is it locked?
It is not locked.
Yeah, he's gonna open the door and he's like, I'm coming in. I hope you're decent. And he covers his eyes just in case.
Okay. You've been in Agatha's room before with the whole thing with Cameron almost dying and all of that. So she's got a long bed. It's got like a big, fluffy, slightly purple bedspread on it. And she's sitting on top of it cross-legged and glaring at you. And she's got her phone down on the bed and a big spell book open on the bed. Lewis, you're the worst.
Were you gonna curse me?
No, I'm not gonna curse you. You're already cursed.
Cursed today.
What's the point of cursing you?
No, what? And he goes and plops down
What do
right
you mean
next
you already
to her.
know? What are you doing? Lewis, you're weird. What are you...
You're weird too.
The last time we talked about this, you freaked out. What's going on?
But I don't remember nothing.
I just said you were cursed and you just didn't freak out. What's going on?
Oh, Wait, why'd you say I was cursed?
Because you are cursed. Why didn't you do anything about it? Last time you ran in the bathroom and hid.
Yeah, because everybody knows now.
Because you did something? Did you kill Josie?
No, I don't know where Josie is. What would you think I'd kill? Do you think I could kill anybody?
Probably, but no, I just want to make you upset.
Is this payback?
Everything is payback. Yes.
Wait, I should be paying you back. You're the one who's ignoring me, and you're all like, oh no, I'm not best friend here, when you're totally best friend here.
Lewis, I fought a witch for you in the dreamscape, and then you left me there, and you didn't text me back or anything for 11 hours.
You texted me?
Yes.
And he looks at his phone. Did he get a text from her?
You have 8 messages from Agatha, and also the group text goes, "Where's Lewis? Is everything okay?" Cameron goes, "We don't know where Lewis is, but we're fine and we're coming back." And that was the last message like 5 hours ago.
Wait, did Agatha ask where's Lewis?
Yes.
You care about me, Agatha? Also, I didn't
Shut
see
up.
this until just now. I'm not gonna shut. You
Yeah,
know I'm not gonna shut up.
You're the worst. I thought you knew how to use a phone.
I do, but everything was so much, and I just didn't check my messages because I was just trying to get back here, back to you, Agatha. And he gives her like
So
a little
stupid.
nudge.
You know what? And she like stands up and staying on top of her bed. She's actually a lot taller than you now because she is standing on a bed. And she says, "Look, it probably doesn't mean a lot to you because you probably just like do your thing all the time, but I don't have like a lot of people I actually talk to about my feelings and my life. And I have no parents, and I've been raised by my uncle since I was 10 years old. And you know what? I'm used to people disappearing and dying. I kind of figured you just disappeared and died."
Hey, I'm sorry. I think at this point he like kind of, oh, she's standing up. He'll stand up on the bed next to her, and
Okay, so now you're taller than her again. Sure.
Yeah, and he'll put his arm around her and be like, as outgoing as I am, and as awkward and weird, and as much as I try to make friends, it usually doesn't stick. And I
I can't believe you're wearing your shoes on my bed. But I know what you mean.
And he goes and he like kind of like rubs his feet into the bed a little bit.
Okay, now you've just been walking through a forest, so it is gross. And there is now like redwood sap on the bed.
Now you'll always remember me.
I'm gonna clean it.
No, you're not.
She like pushes you a little bit and like goes like that, and it just like flies off the bed.
I will make sure from now on. I didn't know you cared, Agatha.
You're the one who is bothering me the entire time you've been here.
You're the one that doesn't hate it, though.
You know what? Maybe you shouldn't try to chase people if you're not trying to catch them.
Hey. That's not... Where is this even coming from?
From you. You're the one who started all this.
No, you've been blowing me off this whole time, and you haven't been responding, and you've been pretty mean to me.
You were actually the worst at this, aren't you?
Yes. At what?
Oh my god. And she just like turns around and sits back down on the bed. Oh my god, I can't believe you're such a dork.
He sits back down and he's like, I still don't know what's going on.
You can go, Lewis. You can go. It's 11:30. You should probably just go.
No, you gotta talk to me.
You're dumb. And you need to learn how your phone works.
I mean, what? Yes. Not the best. You could just, okay. Because you apparently keep leaving the group message. But why
Because
don't you
it's
just
stupid.
no.
Who sends a
We're
group
all-
message, Lewis?
Because we're all in this together. We kind of are, though.
Because you literally won't leave.
I mean, I think you could do something about it if you wanted to.
I don't really want to magic my room, Lewis. I
You
like
already
everything
did.
here, except you.
Nah, I think that's not true. And then Lewis is gonna do the best thing, and he's gonna just lay down on his bed as he's talking to her, or on her. He's going to lay down on her bed as he's talking to her.
All right. And then she does that thing where she lies down right next to you, and then she looks at you and she says, "You just." I guess you try pretty hard.
Yes. At what?
At talking to people and stuff. You only suck sometimes at it.
That's all I can hope for. And he goes and he kind of puts his arm around her. And he does that thing where he puts his arm around her and then he kind of forces her closer to him. But not forces too much, just the little.
Well, first off, we are about to cut away from this scene, but second off, I mean, if Lewis was being inappropriate, you would get magicked. So there is that. So
no, he's not being inappropriate. That was what I was trying to clarify.
No, it's good. We're gonna do a scene swipe. We're leaving this scene, and we see where Lewis does a thing and pulls Agatha in closer. Agatha just leans, and when she throws her phone over to the side, that throwing the phone over to the side just brings us downstairs. Cameron's finishing up typing. She's got her bag all closed up. Darcy's sleeping on the sofa. Sullivan's walked in the door. So you've had your interaction, and Cameron looks like she's about to leave.
One's packing in for the night, I guess. Sorry to run off.
How did it go?
I'm not entirely sure what happened, but I think I screwed up because she was trying not to cry when I left.
Well, okay. I mean, that could mean a bunch of things. You could probably, I don't know, try again or text her or say you're sorry, or I don't know. Maybe message her again tomorrow if that sounds good. Maybe after some sleep. Some of these things will make a little bit more sense.
Yeah, that's maybe we're all just tired.
Yeah, and rest is.
He's just is that Darcy on the couch?
Yeah, she didn't want to sleep at her place, and we left the extra futon in the truck in front of the Sasquatch Museum. So, whoops.
Darcy, are you still awake? He asks.
If he's loud, because she has good hearing, if he's saying it normal level, she probably won't hear it. If he's being loud, then she'll hear.
I don't think he's being extra loud, no. I think he's just...
She's probably just asleep. If anything, she stirs and rolls back the other way, and you can see that she's just got the coat started off over the top of her, and now it's sort of been pulled up round her head while she's sleeping.
We should probably go.
Yeah, actually, yeah, sleep is going to be important. Bill wants us to go try and take a picture of a dragon tomorrow, so meeting up here sometime in the late morning. I don't know. I'm gonna sleep. I'm not gonna set an alarm, so we'll see when I roll in tomorrow.
Cool. That's yep. That tracks for how this week has gone.
Yeah.
I think he honestly is just like dumbstruck. I have a good night, I guess, Cam.
Yeah, you too. And then she'll look over to where Lewis is and be like, yeah, did you catch that?
Out of character, I'm pretty sure Lewis is still upstairs.
Oh, I thought Lewis was coming down as we were going up. Never mind.
Nope.
So in that case, Cameron just like shrugs real quick and goes, yeah, good night, sleep. Yeah.
And he'll turn and, I'm guessing it's one of those like we're at the door and then they do this.
Yeah, sounds good. Okay, so unless anybody has any overnight stuff. Okay. So I do have one thing we got to think about in a second. Give me just a second. So we're going to be hitting morning, and we're going to be talking about everybody coming together. But the people who are in HoroScoops still, we're just going to kind of flash forward to being like 9 o'clock, like a good, reasonable breakfast time when everybody is there and they're ready to start doing things. Bill is again enthusiastically in the kitchen with food that is prepped. Like he's got like a big pot of rice porridge, and there's again like duck eggs and the big fried dough sticks and so forth. And then there's also like, little tiny sausages and so forth. So in just a second. So all that is going to be going on. We're going to cut back just a second to the old Sullivan and Pockets household to find out what happened last night. So, hey Mal, what happened to Sullivan last night in his dreams?
So Sullivan has a dream where he's walking and it's dark and he's injured badly. He doesn't know why, but he's trying to get home. And as the faintest hint of gray breaks through the dark night, he comes across the house from the other dream. And as he approaches, the same woman with blue hair, or blue in her hair, I should say, is standing there waiting for him, looking worried. And I think she comes to him and he wakes up right before they would hug.
So that's going to be an additional layer that is perhaps on top of Sullivan's mind as he's come into HoroScoops' office, and at least it smells like fresh and full of life, and there's breakfast going on and there's people around, and Lewis is there and Cameron is there and Darcy is there and Bill is there. So that's nice. And there's food. Who's going to walk up and give Sullivan food?
I think Darcy might. She was sort of watching Bill make it. Like she was half pretending to be asleep, but sort of like peering over the like the armrest of the sofa with the jacket still over her head, and her nose sort of led her to the kitchen. And I think she is sorting herself out, getting a bit of everything. And if she sees Sully walk in looking a bit not himself, she sort of grabs another plate and starts like piling his stuff on it, just putting extra of everything on, and sort of not cautiously but wanders over there, and it's just like, morning, like holds out the plate as like an offering. Is everything all right?
I am not sleeping well. I'm so tired. And there's things happening that I don't understand.
Like, what? You don't have to talk about it, I'm just saying.
It's not that I don't want to talk about it. I just don't think here with literally everyone at work is the best place.
Oh, then do you want to go for a walk or something? Would that be better?
Yeah, that might be nice, actually.
Okay, but eat something first. It's really good.
I think he just really fast.
Yeah, she sort of looks mildly like, not horrified, but shocked at how quickly he eats. And sort of like finishes off hers, which she was already halfway through, and just places the plate down. Hungry, huh?
Yeah. Should we?
Yeah. And just sort of like still sort of enjoy as your plate is empty, and sort of goes to hold open the door for him.
Oh, I should mention, because I just thought of this. Sullivan just completely forgot to put anything on his feet today. He's just barefoot.
She's in socks. She doesn't have shoes, so you literally both stroll out with no shoes on.
Yeah. Should we? Do you want to head down towards the water?
Yeah, no, can do. Yeah.
That's pretty far.
I'm not saying we're going to go all the way. I'm just saying we're going to go in that direction, okay?
You have to walk down the entire hill to go to the water. That's fine if that's what you're going for. You'll pass Lafayette Park on the way, so you could always just stop.
I'll follow you.
I think he walks quietly for a bit, trying to figure out exactly what to say. I know we found out eventually. Sorry. Go ahead.
No. I was just saying she walks literally hands behind her back, like that awkward, like Bob walk. As you're going, when you feel slightly awkward because you're walking in silence and you know they're waiting to say something.
Yeah. I think because we found out that the park is actually really way closer than we originally thought, I think it takes about to the park before he starts to say anything.
There's a lot of people in the park too.
You know, when you asked if anyone had seen things, and we talked about magic a little bit. It's not so much that I've seen things, but I mean, I've always had magic, but and he like rambles a little bit, and he's like, I always felt like part of me was missing. Something in my life wasn't right. And I had a dream about this sword, which he is still carrying because he like pretty much never puts it down. And I had the dream showed me the sword, and I'd never seen it before, and it was in the antique store, right? Because you went with me to when I bought it. I had never seen the sword. I never even saw the inside of the antique store, but the dream showed me the inside of the store and the sword. And 2 days ago, I'm not even sure. It's been a busy week. I had another dream. I had a dream about a house and a family that I'd never seen them before in my life, but it felt like comforting. It felt like what was missing. If that, I don't know that makes any sense. And I had another dream last night after talking with, oh God, I talked to Amy and she was crying and she grabbed my hand and we were in the dream space or whatever it is. And she had the same dream, Darcy. She had the same dream of the house and the family.
Had you never seen her before this?
I don't think so. I'd never been in the antique store. I mean, I live around. Well, I could have seen her maybe, but...
Have you seen that house? I mean, like... No?
No, just in the dream.
I mean, there's a lot of weird things in the world, and my dad was kind of a specialist on some of it. But what if it's memories?
I'm wondering if that is what it is. You know, you've seen the Lord of the Rings movies, right, Darcy?
Oh, like 12 times each, yeah.
You know the homes in the Shire?
Uh-huh.
The house in the dream feels kind of like that. Like it's not part of our modern world.
So, like, years before now, or another world?
I'm not sure. But every time I've had these dreams, it feels as real as being awake.
Is it just starting now, since you found the sword, or is this something you've always had?
Unless I blocked something out or forgot something the first time was the dream about the sword.
And this girl, Amy, she was what? She has the same dream as you? What did she say to you?
She asked me if I'd ever met her before, and I said I didn't think so. And then last night I went to talk to her, and I was describing the feeling of the sword, and I started talking about the dream, and I probably sounded like I was insane. And she took my hand, and we were both watching the dream, and she told me she had the same dream. We both had the same dream.
Then you need to ask more questions. So that's what my dad used to say. You know, well, actually, no, he used to say to me, don't ask too many questions, but I know that he would ask questions.
I don't know what the right question is to ask, Darcy.
Well, how did she react? Cameron said you weren't out too long.
I mean, she asked me if I knew what was going on, and then when I said no, she started to cry. And I asked her if she knew what was going on, and she said no. But then she let go of me.
Wait. Did you ask her why she was crying?
No, I didn't.
Do you want to?
Maybe that's the right question.
I don't know. I'm not great at this, but I mean, you could go ask. I could technically go ask, but it'd probably be better if you go ask.
No, yes, I might be kind of an idiot, but I know that it's better if I go ask.
And it sounds like she was pretty upset. So, gently.
Yeah, that's...
I mean, you don't have to go on your own. I can wait outside the shop. There's a great coffee shop around the corner.
That might be nice, but also you don't have to. I mean, I went last night on my own. It's fine.
Oh, okay. If you want, you can go on your own. That's probably best. I get awkward anyway in situations, you know, more than one person, and it gets a bit complicated.
Yeah, I mean, I probably put my foot in my mouth. I don't know how many times last night, but you're right. I should go try again.
Just ask. It may, you know, open the doors to more questions, but then you can ask those.
Kind of like what we've been doing since we started work.
Exactly. I mean, I've been asking my brother questions. It's definitely not the same thing, but it
Oh my god, Darcy, what happened with your brother? I've been so wrapped up in myself.
Fine. No, it's all good. We're all good. We're fine. Well, I'm
sure?
fine.
Are you sure? Because he's, I mean, no offense, but he's kind of a raging asshole.
Oh, yeah. You should see my other brother.
Is he worse?
It's a different kind of bad. But my dad's worse. And my mum. And my uncle. Yeah.
Are you sure it's okay?
Yeah, no, actually, I'm feeling pretty good. It's kind of like, I proved him wrong.
I'm glad it went well. I'm glad we're friends.
Me too. I've not really had those before for this reason, so it's quite nice. And I mean, according to Lewis, I'm like the best friend here. I don't know what that is, but I like it.
I'm half tempted that Sullivan explains the best friend tier, having heard it so many times.
But does it make more sense coming from Sullivan?
That's debatable.
So you all have a nice stroll around Lafayette Park. Somewhere in there, the amount of red and white and blue and the way that people are acting reminds you it's the 4th of July. It's a holiday. There are a ton of kids in this park, and everyone's going kind of crazy, and it's still only 9 o'clock in the morning. Back
We
at
should
the
make...
HoroScoops office. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, maybe we should head back before the park gets too crazy.
I don't know. That's up to you, but it is getting crazy, so you guys can do that. Back in HoroScoops. So Lewis, Agatha turns to you. Her face looks really serious suddenly. She's looking at something on her phone.
Yes, what is it?
She swivels it around, and it's a Twitter account. This is someone named... Oh, now I gotta pull up a name. I've got the name. So this is a Twitter account for a guy named Jake Brown that's been retweeted by Shepard Poole. And I don't know if you remember who Shepherd Poole is. He is the aging thought leader that has led this drive to go find a dragon with his nonsensical rant on a podcast. So with that, Shepherd Poole's text or tweet at the top says, "We have a winner!" Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point, explosion, fireworks, happy 4th of July. And Jake Brown's tweet is just a single line, "We got him," and it's a picture of a dragon in the sky above Golden Gate Park. And she shows this to you, and her face is very, very serious.
Okay. What you know me? What does this mean?
I think we lost.
And he kind of pats her back a little bit, and it's like, oh, okay. I think we should go. Are we upstairs or downstairs right now?
You guys are right there in the kitchenette part of the main room. And she looks over to her right where Bill is like enthusiastically pouring out some porridge into a bowl, and she looks heartbroken.
Hey.
You know that's where we're going out, though.
Yeah. I
Lewis
tried to get
awkwardly
it in.
trying to say hey as this happens. So, just a reminder to everybody else, there are but 2 episodes of HoroScoops remaining. Don't miss them. Don't miss them. We have so many things we have not done yet. And what will happen to our intrepid crew of adventurers? Will they ever make their way out? And what's going to happen next week? Man, I should really write that down so that we have some idea. But in all seriousness, I love playing with all of you. And this was a fun, emotional episode where everybody got to do some work on their characters in one way or another. And we have credits, so we don't even have to say bye or anything like that. You can come see all the things that we shout at each other in Discord if we do that. And don't forget to look at Alice's Patreon, because I'm going to hand things over to Alice now.
Oh, hi. I'm so sad there's only 2 episodes left. I could keep playing these characters for so much longer. But yes, please check out the Discord. Come and shout into it as we do every week. Also, a huge thank you to our wonderful sponsors in the form of the Deck of Many and also Mage Hand Press. And if you have missed any episodes or want to rewatch them, like I do, you can find the playlist for HoroScoops on YouTube. So until next week, which is technically the penultimate episode, which, yeah. Keep evoking emotions, everyone, and we'll see you later. Bye.